How's it going, everyone? This is Josh from Football Talk with JB, and I'm joined with my very first coach that I'm interviewing. You want to introduce yourself, Coach?
Coach Kirk Johnson, head football coach at Montgomery Catholic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Montgomery Catholic, a program that I follow heavily, uh, uh, as well as my Real Town Rebels too. But Montgomery Catholic, very successful program, and Coach Johnson, one of the best in the state. So that
We're blessed. We're very blessed. We're very blessed. Got really good kids and a really good coaching staff that make my job a lot easier. So,
absolutely, and you guys don't rebuild, you reload, reload.
I guess you could say that. We just it's off, man. We try to put a good product out there that proud of and that represents our school the right way. And we've been fortunate enough to be blessed enough to do that. So it's hard, especially in today's football. It's hard.
Yes, sir. And I've just got a few questions for you today, Coach. And I want to start with what's in my opinion the most important part of making an offense work. That you can't run a car without an engine, just like you can't run a offense without an offensive line. How many starters do you have returning on the offensive line, and who else? Who are some of the guys that are going to be replacing some of those guys from last year?
We got three guys returning, but really it's three and a half because one of those guys was a guy who rotated a lot for us last year. So if we been technical, we have three returning.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's the majority of your offensive line returning right there, and that's a
100% with a guy that with another guy who played a lot of reps in G. He was a sophomore last year. He was set behind two seniors that moved on, and so we feel like we're gonna lean on them heavily.
yes, sir. And like I said, that's an important part. And my next question is how will you be breaking in a new quarterback after the success Caleb McCreary had?
Well, like you said, you can't break. You gotta just treat him different. He's not Caleb. We don't need him to be Caleb. Caleb's irreplaceable because the kid, what he did is his legacy, and you got to make sure you let the new guy know that he doesn't have to be Caleb. He just needs to be himself. We have a young incoming eighth grader for us this past year, Kingston Priere, who's got all the tools to be very successful. I think that he can 100% do it. He's young, so he's going to make those mistakes that a young guy's going to make, and we just hoping that we can put a great product around him to help him with those young mistakes he makes.
Yes, sir. I've seen some of his stuff on Twitter. He's got very good ball placement as an incoming freshman. So, and
You broke up for a second. Say that again.
I've seen some of his stuff on Twitter, and I've seen some of his middle school highlights on YouTube, and he's got very good ball placement at his age.
Well, he's as talented as they come at that age group. But no one cares if you're an eighth grader. You got to be able to, play like a 12th grader. So he's gonna take his lumps and things like that. But like I said, it's about putting a group around him to help him. Good leadership and stuff of that nature.
Yes, sir. And that actually leads me into my next question. Well, I've got it written down. Will it be running back by committee? But just talk about something like a lot of most of the skill guys that are going to help him make that transition.
Yeah, we got a bunch of those. We're returning a really good receiver we had last year, Jamire Williams, JJ. He is phenomenal, very explosive athlete. BJ Bedgood is as fast as they come in the state. It is going to be extra special this year. Brody Hudson is returning, our Division One tight end that we lead heavily on last year. Wilson Hodge is returning. Brody Hudson's returning. Josh Ariel, who we feel is going to have a breakout year this year in the backfield, is returning. Giovanni Hayner's returning. So a lot of guys outside of Caleb who contributed to the success last year are returning. So we feel real good about that.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And I wanted to switch over and talk about you have 9 starters returning on defense. Is that correct?
That is very true. Yes, sir, that's true.
So are the expectations going to be the same for that defense, even in a new classification, facing probably bigger offensive lines and just maybe like not necessarily more talented skill players, but like more depth with the skill players and stuff?
Everybody wants to bring up the up in classification. We don't view things that way. We view it as football. Football is football. Of course, it's different in the sense of you playing people. We're 240 students or whatever it is in our school, and we're playing people that might have 1,000. That's about the only difference. We've always had a pretty difficult schedule. I mean, Andalusia's not your typical 4A team. We played McGill-Tulane. We played Demopolis. We played Charles Henderson for years. We played Tallahassee. We played Beauregard. So we played those schools. We've never shot Pike Road. We've never shied away from going to get better competition. I think our biggest issue is going to be bringing it every single week because in 4A there might be a couple games where you're the more talented team going into that game, right? So I think that's going to be an issue that we have to work through, with a young quarterback and things of that nature. So nothing we haven't seen. We just got to get ready we got to play ball, man. That's the end of the day. We got to play ball. We got to play Catholic football. The team we're playing doesn't dictate how we play. We dictate how we play. And that's showing up and playing assignment football. And as far as the defense you brought up, man, they're uber talented. And the standard that we've set since I was the defensive coordinator is good defense. So we've been fortunate enough to play really good defense. And so we got to continue to do that.
Yes, sir. Speaking of that defense, there's one guy on your defense that I'd like to bring on and interview, Harrison Rogers. Is that fine?
Yeah, you can pick any kid on that defense.
Yes, sir. Cause he called me while I was at work one day, and I picked up, and it was him, and he told me, he was like, nobody's ever really given me that opportunity. He was pretty excited, which I mean, it's not a big channel or anything, but I want to give recognition to players that deserve that recognition as well. Like I don't care if it's the star player or the 4th string right guard. I mean, he's a
hard-working kid that came in undersized and worked his butt off to be someone that can contribute, and that's what he did. So definitely deserves that.
Yes, sir. He seems like a really good guy too. He was calling me sir. I told him, I was like, I'm not much older than you. You don't have to call me sir. He said, well, my mama will whoop me if she knew that I didn't. So.
Wish there was more people out there like that.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And just a couple more questions. How will special teams look this upcoming season? Because you're replacing kicker dude. I know Caleb was returning punts last year, so you've got a few new guys, new faces for the special teams.
Joe Xavier Pierce has returned some kicks for us. JJ has as well. They'll take over those duties along with BJ Badgood and a couple others. Of course, you have some young guys that can step in and opportunity. As far as the kicking duties, Matt Russo, our punter, do a lot of that, and another kid named JP Costa, who was a freshman last year, really big leg, and has worked his butt off in the weight room to be able to contribute as far as points and field goals and things of that nature. So that group was probably the most talented group we had last year, and we graduated a guy. So we're looking forward to see what they can do. We even lost our long snapper at home special teams. Really, really, really talented. So our long snapper signs a scholarship as well. So all that stuff is hard to replace, and you try to move and pull and et cetera throughout your team to try to put the best 11 out there to create a great product.
Yes, sir. Y'all had a 5-star long snapper. That might be the first time I've seen a long snapper get rated 5 stars, but I never heard his name called other than when Mr. both the Costanzas on the Facebook were giving him credit, but as far as messing up, I never heard his name called, and that's a good thing for a long snapper.
That's what I was about to say. I was just about to say that. You don't want your name called if you're the long snap.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And my final question is it's just a simple one. It's how hard was it to find non-region opponents? Because I know you guys, like, even with the spring game. The phone went out, y'all. Here he is. Hey, sorry, but I don't know. One of our connections dropped off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the house right now, so it's got to be you in that little backwoods of real town.
Yeah, I live out in Friendship here in Tallahassee, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I am in the backwoods now. So, but my final question was, how hard was it to find non-region opponents? Because I know even during the spring, like you guys had a team cancel on you. So.
Well, yeah, it's very, very, very difficult, and you can say the team that canceled on us was Mobile Christian. You don't have to shy away from holding it. We kind of had an agreement, and we played each other, and they backed out of it for whatever reason. It's very difficult for us to find games, man. I don't know. I think competition is what makes your team better. So I'm always gonna try to find good competition, and of course, we don't have the numbers to go to Hoover or to Thompson and play somebody like that. But as long as they're relatively in size, we're gonna try to play them, man. We want to put our guys, and we want them to play in those big time places and facilities. Our kids going to McGill Tooling last year. Now that's a really, really nice place to play. That they might have not got that opportunity. So, we tried our best to put them out there. So, we I forgot the question, but it's hard. Oh yeah, it's definitely hard to get out of region games, man. It would be easy if we were losing because we have 19 private schools in our dang area, 5 private schools in our area that played us forever until recent. So I guess when you get good, they just stop playing you. So that's my take on that.
Yes, that sort of things happen with Reeltown too. Loach Poca and Notasulga are fairly close to us, and Loach Poca's in our region this year, but they decided they didn't want to play us no more either. So a lot of teams. That's why all of our non-region opponents are in a classification above us.
Same with us, man. It's crazy because we've played those schools forever, and all of a sudden, things just look different. So, but it is what it is. We talk about it. We move on. We try to find somebody that will play us.
Oh yes, sir, absolutely. And I don't want to keep you on too long, Coach. It's been about 13 minutes. So, but I do appreciate you coming on, and I'll be having the video out sometime within this next week or so, and then I'll interview Harrison later on.
That sounds good with me. I appreciate you, man. Shed positive lights on these kids, man. In a world full of nothing but negativity, and shed positive stuff on it. I love it.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. That was Coach Johnson from Montgomery Catholic, and I want to thank y'all all for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna be interviewing more coaches and more players in the future, so stay tuned. Peace out, everybody.